It's a great day. My name is Che Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome everybody to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country where we are on a mission. And our mission really is to empower. Our mission is to inspire. And our mission, well, at the end of the day, is to provide you, the hard-working entrepreneur, with all those resources that are really necessary to execute that big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And on this episode, we have the one and only Dr. Lee. Yes, he's in the building. He'll be talking about building giants, leading with purpose, faith, and impact. He got faith in the middle. I wonder if it's leading with faith, purpose, and impact. I don't know. We'll find out why that order is that way. Maybe it's just how they wrote it up. I have no idea. But what's going on, Dr. Lee? How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you guys for bringing me on board today. I'm super excited about the talk show today and talking a bit about what we're doing here at Kingdom Minded Christian University, what we're doing with Building Giants Ministry. It's directly for men. And I came out with that particular name because God gave me a vision for men who actually looking for help or someone who's needing someone to assist them in society today. I have a life story that brought me to this particular point. I am an elder in ministry as well. My parents are pastors, so I came out of ministry. So God has given me an opportunity to do more things for the men in this world to help them to move along in society. I am an author as well. I'm a 6-time author. I have several books out. One of the books is called The Pit to the Palace, and that's building a transformation from what my life used to be to what I am now. And then I have another book that just recently came out. It's the Kingdom Leader Code. It's a great book. You can get both of those books on my website, montavislee.com. I'm also a ministry leader, a founder of Building Giants, and also a founder of Kingdom Minded Christian University with my wife as well. We're just pushing that particular university. It's an accredited university. So you're able to get your bachelor's, your master's, and your doctorate with the university. But I just want to talk a little bit more about Building Giants. It's also a Bible study that I do weekly with Building Giants with men. And we talk about a lot of different things that men don't like to talk about with women, or they don't like to talk about with people they don't feel comfortable with. So we want to make sure you're feeling comfortable. We can talk about your problems, your issues. We can talk together. We can pray together, and we work those issues out. And I do also have a Building Giants magazine that I have several men in that was mentors to me, though I really feel highly about in that magazine as well.
Wow, you ladies and gentlemen, you can hear his passion, you can hear his fire. I mean, as soon as he got to talking, you can't stop the guy because he's just like, I've got a lot going on. I'm saving the world today, Shay, and that's truly amazing. We'll slow down for a moment, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll get more about his background and who he is. Some of you read his bio. You'll see how famous the guy is. And some of you don't know who he is, and he'll tell his story in a moment. But we're talking about building giants, and you touched on what it means. But why is the world, I should say, in need of more giants today than ever before? So 2-part question. Number one, what is a building giant, right? Is that just someone who, I don't know what it is. So what is a building giant? What is a giant in your world? What's the definition? And number 2, why does the world need these giants these days?
So if you go back when building giants to me means is everybody has a giant in their life that they're either trying to overcome or they're trying to get better of to win that giant. Just like when the shepherd boy, when he killed the giant, the Philistine, back with his slingshot, that was a giant that he killed. But God was with him when he did that. So building giants to me, Miller, is someone who's actually looking to overcome a problem or obstacle that they had in their life. And that giant is always in somebody's life that they need to overcome. So building giants is pushing people to overcome these giants that we see every day, is everyday life to me. That you have a giant in your life. So this is something that you can do to help you overcome these giants that we have in our lives.
I think that's spot on. And I know one giant, there's a lot of them out there, but one giant, the number of folks who are watching today, is they're looking to build a successful business, right? And I guess the question I would have is, why is building the people who are with them more important, I should say, than just trying to build for profits. And there's some folks that just focus on getting the money. There's other folks that focus on the people and solving the problem. So the question is, why is it important for giants who want to build a successful business to focus on the people first and not just be so focused on profits?
Because once you can focus on the people first, that's what it's all about. It's all about networking. It's all about connecting with the right people. Once you do that, you never know who you're going to meet. You're never going to know who you're going to connect with. It makes things easier for yourself, and it makes things maybe easier for them. So you may run into someone. Just say you have a problem, with your business, and you run into someone who actually can help you with that problem. So it's always good to network and connect with good people to build your business as well, because everyone needs someone. You can't do this by yourself. These giants cannot be done by yourself. You need someone to help you, and you need a team of people more than likely to accomplish what you're trying to do in your life to be successful.
One of the things I love that you talked about, and we'll get into Kingdom Minded, we'll get into the Christian University, but one thing you talked about early on was it's about knowing your purpose. And I'm curious if someone's watching right now, like, okay, I know one of my things is business is one of the giants I want to go after, Shay. But how does one discover, I'll say, that's probably a loaded question, but you do the best you can. How can someone discover their God-given purpose? I'll say it like that, before they say, I'm going to go build this business. Or is there such thing? Yeah, that's the question. How do they know they're in their purpose when they're transitioning to building as a business? Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. And I did a message on this before. So for one, you got to have a relationship with God. You have to have a relationship with God, because everyone has a purpose in life and what they're called to do. So once you get your relationship with God and you start trusting in Him, and you start praying, He's going to give you avenues or ways to accomplish your goals. But you have to have that relationship with God first to understand your purpose in life. Once you understand your purpose, things will start, fall into place, because you're going to be obedient to what God has called you to do. And you're going to start following those steps of what He's asked you to do. And we're one body. We're not 2 and 3 different bodies. This is one body, one God that we serve. So networking with other people to understand your purpose and understand their purpose is always good. To first get that relationship with God, because He's going to lead you the right way as you continue on, with your goals in life.
And you've mentored many leaders along this journey, by the way, and now you have Kingdom Minded University. You're giving out degrees, but they're still leaders. You're helping people in business. You've got a magazine. You and your wife, you've got a lot going on in mentoring and helping so many leaders along the way. Again, another loaded question. What's the difference you see between a good leader, it's an old debate, obviously, and a great leader? If you had to say, Shay, here are some characteristics based on your experience and you working with multiple people. What do you say 2 or 3 of the characteristics of a great leader are? And the reason I'm saying that, ladies and gentlemen, for those at home, some of you are leaders in your office. Some of you are leaders as entrepreneurs. Some of you are leaders in your family. Some of you are leaders in your faith walk. Some of you are leaders in the community. Some of you are like, say, I'm doing all that and then some. Okay, well, let's find out what at least the 3 characteristics are from someone that works with leaders and study leaders on a daily basis. So please share, what are the 3 characteristics of a great leader versus a good leader?
And for one, Shay, you have to understand how to serve someone else. A great leader is going to also be a server. Jesus Christ, He served people, even though He was a king and He was a leader, but He also served. So that's one characteristic. You have to also be able to serve someone else. Put your pride to the side, or however you may feel that you're big-headed because you are a leader, but you have to be humble. That's for one. You have to be humble. You have to have great characteristics and great integrity, but you have to learn how to serve someone else to be a great leader.
Spot on, by the way. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for being so authentic. Before we get into your backstory, I know y'all are dying for his backstory. Like, how did he get started? You talked a little about his parents in the beginning, but we'll find out. But before we do that, a number of the folks we talk about that are dualpreneurs, they're working full-time jobs. And many of them have a full-time entrepreneurship. And many of them are taking care of parents, like I am. I'm a caregiver. Many of them may be taking care of a wife or a spouse or a husband or someone they love dearly. Some of them have kids, and their kids have schedules, by the way. And some of them are involved in the church and the community. So the question that comes up often is they struggle with balance between faith, which you talked about, family, which you talk about, and business. So again, I hate to keep putting you on the spot, but what is your philosophy around balancing all three of those so that they take care of themselves better so they can take care of other folks? And we had someone recently said, well, Shay, I have a problem because if I'm not there, it won't happen. So I can't slow down. The question, how do they balance faith, family, and business and take care of themselves?
Good question, Shay. This is something I had to learn myself. So the ministry starts at home first. It starts at home first. And in order to do that, you have to, God has an order. If you read the Word of God, you understand He has order in life. So your family, which is your immediate family, which will be my wife, because my kids are grown. But my ministry first starts at home. First, I have to make sure I'm taking care of my home first. Once I take care of my home, the next step will be understanding how to be on your call, what you have a call in my life for ministry. And then the business falls along with my ministry because we're pushing the kingdom of God is our business. We're pushing the kingdom of God. We're trying to draw more people to God, and we're trying to do it the right way. And doing it the right way is actually starting at home first. Your family comes first. If you read the Word, you understand that the ministry starts at home. And then you start with, building your ministry and people and network with other people and getting other people involved with God. And then your business falls in line with that. So it's an order that you follow first in order for have this stuff accomplished in your life.
It all starts with order. It's a good time for us to slow down, and then we'll speed back up and talk about who is Dr. Lee. You've got a lot of businesses you're doing. Let's look at it from two parts. Number one, what's the backstory? What's the background of Dr. Lee? And number two, what was that defining moment in your life that you decided, ministry is for me, and being an entrepreneur is for me? And I say that for folks like, myself, who grew up in the Pentecostal church. My mom was a bishop, and I got into all the trouble there was in the world. Hopefully you're not like Shay Brown. I was in a lot of trouble all the time. But I know that's not your story, I'm sure. But anyway, so what's the backstory? Who are you? And then what was that defining moment you decided, I'm going down this path?
I come from a small town out of Virginia, a small town called Franklin. Like I said, once again, I grew up in the ministry. I grew up in church. My parents are pastors, but that wasn't the case. Yes, I did a lot of things in the world because most people do. So I made a lot of mistakes. I've been to prison as well. I've learned from prison, and once I got out of prison, my mind got set on what I need to do, what God is calling me to do, because God put a calling on my life. I could have did a lot of time in prison, but God had a different calling for me, and I took that and ran with it, and it gave me so much passion because I love people so much, and I seen how the system was doing men, men of my color and men of my age at that point in time, and I had a passion for that. I wanted to help the next man get a better understanding that he don't have to do that; he can go another route. So that gave me a passion to more. I'm more of a teacher. I teach the ministry, and I teach what God has called us to do, and based on my experiences, because I'm not telling you something I haven't experienced. And a lot of people want you to bring it down to them so they can get a better understanding. Not up here, but I want to bring it down to the people so they can get more understanding, because I've been there and I've done it. I've done the streets, and I got an understanding of what it is to actually be in the streets. So that's my passion for men. That's why I got Building Giants, is what the Building Giants ministry is about. And it just gave me more passion for people, more passion for my family. And I know that what God did in my life, I have a terrible testimony. In my first book, which is The Pit to the Palace, it talks about when I was in the pit and I had to get out of the pit to get to the palace for what God has transformed me in my life. So, everything I'm doing is based on my experiences in life and based on my ethics of what my parents taught me to do. And it was always embedded into me to do the right thing. And again, God he just opened up more doors. He's showing me more different things as I continue to trust in Him for what I'm doing in my life now.
I love it. And we'll switch gears. Powerful backstory. You and your wife lead something I believe called Married to Ministry. And
Married to Ministry, yes, sir.
I'm curious, in that Married to Ministry, what's the one lesson you learned about building a strong marriage and being an entrepreneur. So I know for some of you this doesn't apply to you, so you can just eavesdrop on in. But for others out there, you're like, yeah, okay, I like the topic. What him and his wife are doing together. They're doing it together, so there's something they do together. But the question is, what's the biggest lesson you've learned for someone that wants to build a strong marriage and a business at the same time?
Just know ministry is not easy. As we went along with building marriage and ministry, we learned as we went along, because the topics we were teaching on, God was also teaching me and teaching my wife as we was teaching other people. So it's a boundary between ministry and a boundary between your family. So first you have to, like I was telling you earlier, first you have to learn how to build the ministry inside of your home first, and it makes your marriage different when you do that, and you guys are on one accord. Because just like a three-strand cord is not easily broken, and that's what we live by. And my wife and I, we know we continue to work together because we're using God as a center of everything that we're doing, and it makes things different when you do that.
Well said. And, there are a number of folks that may be watching right now. And then the question I'm going to ask is, what words of encouragement do you have, or inspiration? Someone may be watching right now and saying, Shay, I hear what he's saying. I just have to be off track right now, Shay. In fact, I'm in the pit. Okay. And I've been there several times. So I just want you to know you're not alone, but I'm going to ask the person that's been there, if you maybe going through a divorce, maybe going through a marriage problem, maybe you've been laid off, or maybe the money is just funny and the change is strange. Whatever the situation is for you right now, I'm going to ask him if he'll take maybe 2 or 3 minutes. He didn't know he was going to do this. Hopefully he's okay with this. It wasn't one of the questions that he got in writing, he said, but that's okay. What words of encouragement you give to that person that's in the pit right now, that it's time for them to start moving toward the palace, if you don't mind? And I know it's a loaded question because everybody's at different places, different spaces, different ages and all that, but just do the best you can, please.
First of all, keep pushing. Keep pushing. Don't give up. And put more stronger faith into God. Don't give up, because all is going to have trials and tribulations that we go through. We always test it. See, the devil don't want you to do something that's successful to encourage other people to get into the kingdom. So you're going to see so many different things that are going to come at you. But stay pushing, stay praying, stay fasting, and stay in that word, so your mind will stay on what God has called you, because you can easily get out of the word, and the devil can get you mixed up. So just stay pushing, keep pushing, because I've been through so much. My wife and I have, in our marriage as well, in our life as well. But I kept pushing, and I kept asking God to continue to give me the right vision, because you have to use wisdom on everything that you're doing, and just ask God to give you that wisdom and the vision of what He needs you to do in your life.
Okay. And give us the backstory. Perfect, by the way. Perfect. Give us the backstory behind Kingdom Minded Christian University. How did the name come about? And what's the mission, goals, and objectives? So you guys, that we all see the shirt today. Shay, he mentioned it quickly, but I need to know more about this thing. We see the background. The backdrop's back there purposely, lady. Got it like right behind you so you can see it. So we like to know the backstory. How'd you get the name, number one? And what's the mission, goal, and objectives of this thing called Kingdom Minded Christian University?
Kingdom minded is something that my wife and I focus on, because we're focused on the kingdom, and you got to be kingdom minded when you focus on what God has called you to do. But our Kingdom Minded Christian University is not like any other university, because we're trying to push leaders. Which people graduate, graduate is fine, but we want to push leaders out there to enhance the kingdom of God, because Christian education is also great to have that wisdom. So we have so many different opportunities for. It don't necessarily have to be a pastor. It don't necessarily have to be a leader in a church. These are authors. These are philanthropists. They are community leaders. They can be CEOs. They can be business owners, entrepreneurs. All these people who've done something in the community to make an impact on someone else's life is what we're trying to do. We want to give them their flowers while they're still living, because a lot of people's in the background, they don't even get a knowledge of what they're doing. They actually probably set up ministries all over the world, but no one even know who they are, because they don't want the publicity, or they don't want someone to give them that. But we want to give them their flowers while they're still living, because God is about love and we're about love. So we want to make sure we give everything that we have to someone else, so they can continue to push for generation and for generation. We want to leave a legacy for someone else.
I love it, by the way. I love it. And one of the questions I like to ask, we have a few minutes and we have a couple minutes now, is what's one of the best pieces of advice maybe you've ever been given that you want to share with the audience? And I frame it for the audience so they're fully aware. You've had a lot of mentors along this journey of life, I'm sure. You've probably read more books
Yes.
you can remember these days. I'm pretty confident of that. Watched a lot of videos, sat through a lot of trainings, and been through seminars. And you're someone I had a chance to meet eye to eye. So some people I never get a chance to meet, but you and I did get a chance to meet, both you and your
Yes.
wife. But if you had to step back and say, this is one of the best pieces of advice that's been given to me that I'm going to just pass on to someone else, what would it be and why?
Keep your integrity. Keep your integrity. Don't let anyone diminish your integrity. Don't let anyone stop you with what you're doing. Just keep your integrity and stay humble. Stay humble. If you stay humble and show love, because God sees the heart. If your heart stay about love, you will be fine. So keep your integrity and stay humble.
I love it. And when you're not out leading other leaders, building businesses, spending time with the wife, and doing all the fun things, what do you do just to relax and have some fun when you're not out saving the world?
Be honest with you, Chloe, I'm a sports guy, man. I'm football, baseball, basketball. I played all those when I was in school. But if I'm just relaxing, I may have a sports game on. Like right now, the season is kind of off because all the sports I like, well, baseball is on. But it was at the point I love college baseball more. But if I'm not, reading a book, I'm looking at sports on TV. That's all I do. If I have a time to relax, that's me, man. I'm a sports guy, man.
Now you live in. Are you still in Virginia? You said you were born in Virginia.
No, we live in Raleigh, North Carolina.
All right, but okay. So your allegiance to which basketball team? Which one of your favorite NBA teams these days?
Well, LA Lakers. I know that's far
Okay,
away.
nothing wrong with that. I'm LA. I mean, I'm from DC, so I still cheer for the Wizards. We don't have a lot to cheer for, but we do. Lakers ain't got much to cheer for either. Recently, say, hey, we're in the same boat. Now, what about football? And we're done after this, but I'm just curious. And the audience is just curious too. Football, I'm still a fan.
Dallas Cowboys, man. Dallas Cowboys forever, man.
Now, were you ever? Did you ever live in Dallas?
No, I just.
Do you pay taxes in Dallas? Do you vote in
my
Dallas?
family and I grew up.
I'm just
I
curious.
grew up just being a
You're from
Cowboys
Virginia, and you live in North Carolina. I had to ask the question. I mean, people are curious. Nah, it's all right. It's all in fun. I couldn't. I mean, I live in DC. You should have known I was going to say something. Although we're not winners over here in DC recently either, so I have nothing to brag about yet. But y'all ain't got much to brag about.
I can brag about my Hurricanes, man, here in Raleigh. The hockey team. They won the cup, so I can brag about that.
That's right. Now, come on, now you can cheer about that. Yes. The Capitals have won a few along the way. As we come down the home stretch, 2-part question. Number one, what type of clients are you looking for now? You got several businesses, so I'm just curious what type of clients are good fits for you. Number two, for someone that's watching now and is thinking, all right, I heard he has the Kingdom Minded University. He had a magazine over here. He has a couple of things. How should they reach out to you? Is there a website? Like, what should they do if they want to stay in this conversation with us over and beyond today?
Sure. I have several ways you can reach out to me. I do have my own website, which is just my name, montavislee.com. You can reach out to me that way, and you can also see stuff on that website. You can reach out to me on social media, Dr. Montavis K. Lee on Facebook. You can reach out to us at kingdommindedchristianuniversity.com or kingdommindedchristianuniversity.org. So several ways you can reach out to me, and we don't have a specific client that we're looking for. We're just looking for people who's looking to kind of get more education the Christian way. They want to build their actual. They may already have a bachelor. They may want to know more about Christian counseling. They may want more about pastoral care or being a chaplain or whatever the case may be. Are they looking to get their honorary doctorate? Because we have a process for that as well. So we're not looking for one type of individual. All type of individuals also welcome. Like I said, we're in one body and we have love for everyone. So if you're looking to do different things, we're here to help you and push you along the way.
Well, let me say two things. Number one, sounds good. Thanks a lot for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. We appreciate it.
And thanks so much, Chloe. I've enjoyed having this me on the show, and you guys most definitely enjoy the rest of your evening as well.
Thank you. And thank you to viewers. Thank you for tuning in, because without you, we don't have a show. You have a lot of choices and you choose to be with us. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. Make it a great day, everyone. And we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. God bless and keep doing God's work. We out. Peace.
God bless.
See you later.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.